Hi, this is Kathy from Craft with Kathy. Thanks for joining me this evening. I'm going to do a quick little project using the heart cutouts tonight. I thought it would be apropos considering our Out with the Bang sale has these hearts cutouts on sale for 50% off. And if you're a Club Couture member, you could actually get them for 60% off. How cool is that? I'm going to actually put the link to them in the comments if you want to check them out. And this is just the link to the page of the actual product. If you're a Club Couture member, you need to sign in through your account to get the 60% off reflected in the price. Otherwise, you'll see the regular 50% off. Anyway, these are our heart cutouts. They're substantial 3/4 inch shelf sitters. Let me get my paper out of the way here. And they are, one is 6 by 7 and the other one is 4 by 5.5. So they're good size and they're heavy. They're 3/4 of an inch thick. They stand by themselves. Great for putting on a shelf, on a mantelpiece, on a bookcase, whatever. And you could do lots of different things for them. And earlier today we did have a corresponding transfer that actually sold out before I could even snag it. I probably have an old copy of it from last year or something, and I know I do have some other offerings from this year that would be apropos, but it was like, whoa, they were gone in a blink. So I'm going to show you something that you can do without the heart transfers, because this is such a great deal. I want you to realize the versatility. What a cool piece of home decor for Valentine's Day. What a nice little anniversary gift for someone, engagement party gift, bridal gift. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with these. So I'm going to start off actually using my Marvelous paste. This is one of my favorite colors, and I'm trying to think what I was going to do here. Wait a second, I'm missing another transfer. Or am I? Hang on. I was going through things to try and decide what I was doing. And I don't know if I brought everything out here or not. Well, it'll work either way. I must have, because I brought out my flowers. Okay, let me put them to the side and kind of get my bearings at what I'm doing. I just need to decide which of these hearts I am going to paint. Yes, I am going to paint it with chalk paste. This is different from chalk paint. It is chalk paste. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I am coming at you from the suburbs, live from the suburbs west of Chicago this evening. Drop me a line. Let me know where you're viewing from. If you are new to my page, please say hello and let me know so that I can give you an appropriate welcome. So yes, you can use our chalk paste with our transfers to actually put designs and words, etc. on surfaces, but you could also use it to paint. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to take some paste out of my jar. Oh, maybe about a 1/2 teaspoon or so. And then I'm going to add a little bit of water to it, distilled water, and thin it down to more of a paint consistency instead of paste. And I might have put a little bit too much water in here. You always want to use distilled water if you are thinning out paste in your jar because it's become too thick. You always want your paste to be the consistency of yogurt or sour cream when you are using it with a transfer. Or if you want to dilute it to use it as paint, use distilled water so that the minerals in your tap water don't interact with the paste and change the color or the pigmentation or anything. Think of them as artist paints, and you'll know what I mean with the pigmentation. So I've just thinned that down a little bit, and I'm going to use a brush and basically just brush across my surface. Now here, if you see that it's beading up, then you know you've got a little bit too much water. And I thought I saw it beading, but it looks like that's fine. And I might actually need to put 2 coats on here. I'm going to try and be careful and not go over the edge, because I don't know if I want the edge of this painted or not. I haven't quite decided on the full end result. So just use a brush and apply it like you would any other paint, basically. And I mixed up enough here to definitely allow for 2 coats. Sometimes you need 2 coats if it goes on a little thin, if you want a little bit deeper of a color. And I could have used painter's tape or placement tape to cover the edges if I didn't want to go over the edge. If I end up going over the edge, maybe I'll just paint the edge the Mauvelous. I just think it's a very pretty, soft kind of paint. And that's going to take a few minutes to dry. Just kind of get that smoothed out. Make sure I've got everything covered there. Okay. So I'm going to put this aside to dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to go on to the other project. This is the larger heart, and I'm going to use this Love Brings Us Home transfer. Obviously, I think this was designed initially for our house cutouts, but I'm going to actually use it on the heart, and I'm going to use the word love. And I'm going to do something a little unusual with it once I find the opening. Oh, here it is up at the top to get it out of the little cellophane envelope. All of our transfers come in little cellophane envelopes, and on the back of the envelopes you will find the directions for using them and along with cleaning them. So I'm just pulling this out of the cellophane envelope. There we go. And then I'm going to use my fuzzing cloth to fuzz it. And by fuzzing, it means that I'm going to deliberately apply lint to the back. Our transfers are made out of vinyl, which is the teal, and silk screen. And you are seeing through the silk screen the actual mesh of the transfer to the carrier sheet on the back. And it's that silk screen that gives our transfers the beautiful definition of the design and the fonts. And they're adhesive backed, and this is sticking pretty strongly, so I'm going to deliberately apply a little bit of lint to the back to diminish the adhesiveness of this transfer. And I want to do that so that it doesn't quite stick as snugly as it would. It's brand new. Okay, so I am going to place this on the transfer, and I want to do this a little bit on an angle. I was just going to use the word love. I wonder if I should do Love Brings Us Home and do the whole thing. No, I'm going to go with just the word love. I'll stick with my original idea here. And I just want to kind of eyeball how I want it to look. Okay, I want to go a little bit more of an angle like this. There we go. So when it sits, it'll be kind of like that. Okay. So I am going to use my shimmer crimson paste to apply this, and Let me get the clean squeegee. I just got a little bit of the mauve paste on it. And let me grab another stir stick so I can check the consistency. You want to make sure your paste is always somewhere between a yogurt and a sour cream. And this is my shimmer. I do need a little bit of water in there. It is our old formula, or my jar is the old formula paste, which isn't quite as creamy dreamy. And this jar has been open for quite a while, so let me just mix my distilled water in here to thin it down a little bit to get it to the right consistency. And it still looks a little clumpy, a little bit more there. And then I can apply it. And I'm going to be doing something a little bit unusual with this, hopefully. The way my day has gone today, I'm not really quite sure about everything. Oh, you'll see what I mean shortly. Okay. So I only want to get the word love on here. And I'm going to use my squeegee to basically push the paste through the silk screen onto the surface below. I want to remove any lines or clumps or whatever that I may have, but I want to make sure that I get the surface fully covered. And then I have some glitter here. So I'm going to lift the transfer off. No, actually I want to put a little bit more paste right down here on the bottom. I can see that it's a little bit light. Get a little bit more there, because my paste is basically going to act like the glue for my glitter. I'm going to lift this up, put it on the side, grab a sheet of printer paper here, put it underneath my heart, and let me sprinkle my glitter all over. I went a little bit light here. Unfortunately, I would have liked a little bit more paste. Okay. I'll make sure I don't have anything on my fingers. I'm going to just kind of gently pat that in. And then I'm going to sprinkle off the glitter. Oops, I didn't get the bottom of my V there. You definitely don't want the glitter to get on your transfer. How cool is that? I'm going to put this aside to dry for a second, fold my paper in half, and pour the glitter back into my container. It's going to be a little tricky because this is a brand new container, so it's pretty full up to the top. Okay, and then I'm going to clean my surface before I move that transfer back over here, because I don't want to take any chance of getting glitter on my transfer. I don't want that clogging up the silk screen in any manner. So let me grab the disinfecting wipe and clean off my surface. Hi Deb, how are you doing? It is a very nice transfer. It's great for the house cutouts, but you could obviously use it on other things. Get all my glitter out of here. And then I'm actually going to, I didn't bring a little container over here, but I am going to clean my transfer at my table. A little spritz of water on both sides. And I'll use the disinfecting wipe to get the paste off of it. So these house cutouts normally are $12.99, but they're on sale for $6.49 for the two of them right now. And if you're a club member, you get an extra 10% off. So that's such a good deal. Great time to stock up on these before Valentine's Day. Ooh, and I somehow got glitter. Let me grab a clean wipe. I must have had it somewhere else on my table. Okay, let me just put off the paste, remove the lint, and then I'm going to set this transfer aside to dry, and then put it back on its carrier sheet once it's dry. So that's all you really need to do to clean your transfer. Let me take a look at this one. I think I am going to add another little coat just because it seems a little blotchy there. So, oops. And another coat of paste. Let me kind of see how this is. Make sure it hasn't thickened up too much. Oh, I think I could use this and get enough out of it. Now, one of the things you could do with our cutouts, any of our cutouts, and we have a lot of different ones right now. We have snowflakes and deers for winter. And then, of course, the hearts for Valentine's Day. And the houses are pretty much evergreen. They're available all year round. And then in the springtime, we usually have bunnies. I'm trying to think what else. I actually really need to go look at the other room to remind myself. Let me grab this out of here and clean up this. Put the excess back in the jar and cover it up so it doesn't dry out. You could do different things. What I basically did tonight was I knew earlier today that the cutouts had sold out, you know, the corresponding ones to these hearts. We do have other ones, but the ones that were on sale today sold out in a flash. So I kind of went around and I kind of looked in my craft room and I said, well, first I had to find my hearts. I knew I had some extras. But I was like, okay, what else can I do to use these as a piece of decor without having the corresponding cutouts for them? And like I said, I just went through my transfers. I found the word love on one of my house transfers. And I think this makes a nice little display. And it really does pick up that glitter. I don't know if you could, if the light is really picking the sparkle up of the glitter, but it looks very pretty. And it's very simple. And look at how quick that was. It didn't even take 5 minutes in reality. Now, I can take a sanding block and sand around the edges and give it a distressed look, which would be nice. I want to make sure this dries. One of the other things I was thinking of, this is my my base from my my pillar and board, and I actually used the pallet board and put reindeer parking on it, and then I painted it gold to match. But I was thinking I could probably just set this in here like this. Now, if I was going to do this like this, I would probably edge it in gold, but I mean, I'm going to be using this for my Christmas decor, so I'm not quite ready to do that yet. But maybe I would edge this heart in gold. What I did to get the pillar gold is I just used some rub and buff. And it was simple and easy. So I might very well take some rub and buff and just do the edges of this. And then put it in there. And there's a little screw in the back that you could tighten it up. And use this as part of my display or home decor for Valentine's Day. That's one way of doing it. Just sitting it on a shelf by itself, of course, is obviously another way, right? Oops, let me cap up my marvelous. I forgot to do that. See why my paste dries out if I'm not careful? Now, once this is dry, I could use a transfer, kind of go through the rest of my transfers and see if there's something else that I want to put on this. This is still quite wet. Let me get this out of the way. But what I was actually thinking for tonight, instead of putting, I like things with more dimension, probably why I really like the cutouts. What I was actually thinking of doing is just taking some of these little paper flowers and some glue dots, hence why I have my little glue dots out here. And basically glue dotting them as a little bit of a border, or just put a sprinkle or a line across them. And the nice thing about that, by using the glue dots, instead of, I mean, I could obviously use a hot glue gun too, but by using the glue dots, if I decide I don't like it or I want a different look for next year, let me dump out all these flowers. Basically, all I have to do is pull them off, and maybe next year, maybe 2023, I want to paint the heart red, so I could just paint over it with my crimson. If you're going to ever use the shimmers to paint with, always make sure you've got a coat of something else underneath it, because otherwise it's a little bit too translucent. So I can't actually demo this until this dries, and I don't have my heater plugged in, but I'll do that in a moment. So I could add a couple flowers with the dots, or I could, when I'm done with it, if I don't like it, or if I want to change it up for next year, I could basically pull off the flowers, hence the glue dots as opposed to a glue gun, change the color, or chalk another wording on it or whatever. We have some really nice things that have come out with winter warm-up, and I know I haven't demoed anything because mine are on their way here. I've been driving FedEx absolutely crazy the last week or so, but they've been good sports about it. And winter warm-up is like a little mini caddy that we have at the end of the year to kind of get us into the new year before our new catalog. I think our new catalog comes out in February, something like that. So the winter warm-up is great for just some different projects, something a little bit off the holiday, more for the new year, for Valentine's Day, from the beginning of spring, whatever. But there are some dynamite things in winter warm-up. One of them I know I have displayed on this page is the Heart in Home, and it's a series of blocks and the coordinating transfers to go with them. It's really, really cute and would make an excellent workshop. If anybody is interested in doing a virtual workshop, just comment workshop below and we'll get together and talk about what you have in mind or what you'd like to see or what you'd like to do. I'm going to try and not get stuck to my glue dots. Here is, I'm trying to get them off of here without getting them stuck to me. These are rather large dots, so I was just cutting them in smaller pieces so that they were a little bit easier to handle for this project. So much for that idea, right? Okay. So, just going to add them to a few of my flowers and give you an idea of what you could do with this. Here I am stuck again. It's a little warm in here because Mom's always cold. So I've got the heat up pretty high, which is making my hands that much warmer. And I think I want one more. And let's see, do I want to graduate the size? Maybe a little bit. Seriously? How crazy is this? Okay. So basically, what I think I would do with this, kind of let me see how it's going to sit. I lost my dot. I think on this one, I think think I would go for something like this. This is just an idea. Oh my goodness, am I stuck or what? Here we go. I lost my glue. Let me reposition that. There we go. Oops, nope, it's still on my finger. Here we go. So, and maybe you would want to put something here, or maybe you would want to put somebody's initial. I've got another idea, but I need to do a little bit more prep and let something dry for a day before I demonstrate it. So that might be something for tomorrow nights, whatever. And this is obviously still wet. You can see the shininess. But look at how quick and easy, 2 little projects in less than a half hour. And I think they're both a little dramatic. So if you haven't checked them out, go ahead, click on the link below and check out our little cutouts. Remember, if you are a club member, you get a flat rate shipping of $4.95, no matter what size your order is. So that's one of the perks of being a club member. If you're sitting on the fence about joining club, this might be exactly the time to do it. Take advantage of that extra 10% off on any of our sale offerings. We have over 30 items on sale right now. So go ahead and check them out. Oops, straighten it out a little bit. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching this evening. I surely do appreciate it. If you'd like more information on Club Couture, just comment club below and I will send you some additional information. If you'd like to become a member of my VIP group, just comment VIP below and I will send you the link. VIP group has, actually we have a contest going right now for club members. Just show me some of your creations and get entered into the contest. And if you'd like to find out what it's like and what the requirements are and the benefits, perks, etc. of being a designer like I am, comment below and I will send you the link to a no obligation video to check out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice evening. See you soon.